Alright, so moving on to our next story, we are breaking down the promo video for Ryusoulger. Before we do that, though, I want to talk about the opening and ending that I didn't talk about last time in the last video, which I feel actually kind of sad about. The opening is called Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. Yes, that is what it would be called, yes. It is being performed by Tomohiro Hatano, who also performed Uchu Sentai Q Ranger's theme song. Don't know too much about that, because again, I haven't seen Q Ranger. I want to. I hear great things. And here's what's interesting to me, as someone who's seen Maji Ranger, Sister Mayo, who performed the ending theme for Maho Sentai Maji Ranger, will perform the show's ending theme song, K-Bomb, Ryusoulger. So that's actually pretty cool. If you don't remember, K-Bomb is actually a word in Portuguese, which means that something's really great is happening. But we're not going to talk about just that. Again, I want to talk about the opening ending because I didn't get to last time. But talking about this promo video that was released, this interests me a lot simply due to the fact that we get a fully formed mecha immediately. So this is not going to be one of those shows that seemingly takes a while to make their mech. Looking at the outfits, it's one of those things where, we knew that this was going to be based off of knights, not just dinosaurs, but they're really going into the knight motif, really, really fast into this. Also, like, very, very heartily, I'll say. And what I think is interesting as well is looking at the team's weapons. They're only going for swords. Usually you have one person with like a gun or some other type of weird different combo, and maybe we'll see that throughout the show, but at least for this promotional shot during this 15-second teaser, they are most definitely trying to stick with the sword knight motif. Even when you look at the way that they're dressed outside of everything, very fairy tale like, like their normal outfits, the ones that you see on screen right now, very fairy tale like. What I think is interesting is how they showed not just the mech, but they immediately showed it in action against a monster that I think looks pretty cool. I mean, I can understand why some people might not like it as much, but potentially maybe it looks a little bit too childish. I mean, we do have to think about what we're watching here. We are watching Sentai, remember, but still, I think maybe some people might want a little bit more. I mean, I like the suit design. I think it's cool to see them going up against dinosaurs. That's the thing for me, right? Like looking at not other dinosaurs, but like other dragon types, like breathing fire. I'm gonna go with dragon rather than dinosaur. But when looking at this, this evil suit, I think what's interesting about it is it looks like something that you probably are not going to see them go up against it one-on-one, all five of them separately in their normal transform states. So I do wonder if maybe we're going to get a season where we're going to have some situations where they're going to just be fighting grunts, in certain episodes in their normal forms, and then jump to the giant, mech fight and have it be a completely different monster altogether, which is kind of a callback in a sense. So I am wondering if that will be the case. We already see them with shoulder pads, which look like, I don't know if that's just their normal base forms, but it already looks like we've gotten to a special form within the first episode. I assume that's part of their base forms. It just seems rather clunky. I'm not the biggest fans of what's on their shoulders. Maybe other dino friends are helping them, or part of their transformation, the normal transformation or something like that. Again, it's a way to sell toys. I get it, especially showing the mech right off the bat like this. But I don't know. I just do wonder if, because I was hyped looking at the cast, looking at how it's being written and things like that. But looking at this teaser, I'm not super hyped. I think it's just because I want some more variety in the way that they fight, and we haven't really seen. It's a small teaser, so we're not going to see much of that. But I think for me, I don't hate. You know what it is for me? For me, guys, I don't dislike mechs and mech fighting and things like that, because it's like, Matt, why would you be here? Go watch Kamen Rider or something like that. But for me, when I look at henshin heroes transforming superheroes, I want to see them just fight in their base forms, either before they transform or of course after transforming. And I don't really care too much about the mech side of things. So for me, when it's too mech heavy, this being very mech heavy promo, it doesn't really get me as interested as wanting to see them fight and slash and do the stuff that they've been doing. But again, looking at many older Sentai, even ones over the last few years in my head, not a few years for you guys who've been watching every single year, but usually there's some kind of variation in how they fight. So if all of them have swords and that's just how the show goes for a bit, I might be not as interesting. Like I might be interested potentially in this one, not so much for the fighting, but more so for the character drama. Depends on how they work together and things like that off the field, not just on the field. So I would suggest you guys check out this trailer if you can. Again, it's something small, so I'm not going to spend too much time breaking it down. But I feel a little bit less hyped when looking at this trailer. I still want to watch Ryusoulger, don't get me wrong, so I can't wait to watch it. And I will admit the flames looking like they're practical effects coming out of this dragon's mouth, seeming dragon's mouth, that seems really cool. But I think I was more hyped when looking at cast pictures and things like that. But either way, though, we'll see what happens. I want to hear what you guys think about this down below. Do you think I'm being a Debbie Downer? You think that maybe I should just, watch the show, which I still plan on doing, that I should just watch the show? Or maybe you would kind of agree with me. Maybe you're not going to watch Ryusoulger. I don't know if this teaser would have done it for you, but still, tell me what you guys think down below. Love to hear what you guys have to say about this.